Welcome to Global Watch. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Imagine a map, not just a tool, but a flashpoint. Every line, every border tells a story of power, history, and ambition. In some places, these lines are more than ink. They're a challenge, a statement, a warning. Today, one such line is being drawn, and the world is watching. Today, September 26, 2025, the Philippines has released a new official map, and the world is watching. This isn't just a bureaucratic update, it's a move that could reshape the balance of power in Asia, and perhaps beyond. This isn't just cartography, it's a bold declaration of sovereignty, directly challenging China's sweeping claims in the South China Sea. The map is a symbol, but also a weapon in a high-stakes diplomatic battle. Manila's move comes after years of rising tensions, confrontations at sea, deepening military ties with the US, and a growing sense that the status quo can't hold. Each incident at sea has only added fuel to the fire, making compromise seem ever more distant. The new map formally names the West Philippine Sea within the country's exclusive economic zone, a direct rebuke to China's controversial 9-dash line. For the Philippines, it's a matter of national pride and legal right. Beijing's response? Immediate outrage, calling the move illegal and provocative. Chinese officials have vowed to defend their claims, raising the specter of further escalation. The stakes are enormous: global trade, regional alliances, and the principle of international law itself. The South China Sea is not just a local issue, it's a crossroads for the world's economies and a test of the rules that govern nations. This is no longer a distant dispute, it's a real-time drama with consequences for millions. Ordinary people, from fishermen to business owners, feel the impact in their daily lives. The South China Sea is a vital artery for global commerce. Trillions in trade pass through these waters every year. Any disruption here could send shockwaves through the global economy, affecting prices and livelihoods worldwide. The Philippines map is a test. Will international law prevail, or does might make right? The world's legal institutions are being challenged, and their response will set a precedent for future conflicts. As the lines are redrawn, every nation must decide where it stands. Allies are being courted, and old rivalries are resurfacing as countries weigh their interests and values. The answer will shape the future of the region and the world. The choices made now will echo for generations, influencing peace, prosperity, and the very idea of sovereignty. What happens next? The world holds its breath, waiting to see if diplomacy, law, or force will decide the fate of these contested waters. To understand today's crisis, we need to look back. The roots of this modern conflict are deeply embedded in history, stretching back centuries. The South China Sea has long been a crossroads of trade and tradition, but in the modern era, it's become a battleground of overlapping claims. This vital waterway is not just a route for commerce, but a strategic military zone. At the heart of the dispute is China's 9-dash line, a sweeping claim that cuts into the exclusive economic zones of the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. This line, drawn in the mid-20th century, has been a point of contention ever since. The turning point came in 2012, when China seized Scarborough Shoal, just 125 nautical miles from the Philippines, after a tense standoff. This event marked a significant escalation in the conflict. Since then, Chinese ships have blocked Filipino fishermen, transforming a diplomatic dispute into a daily struggle. The livelihoods of many have been disrupted, creating a humanitarian issue alongside the political one. China insists on historical rights, but these aren't recognized under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. This international treaty, signed by over 160 countries, aims to regulate maritime boundaries and rights. The core conflict is a clash between China's historical claims and the principles of international law. This dichotomy has made resolution particularly challenging. For the Philippines, the 2012 seizure was a wake-up call. Diplomacy alone wasn't enough. The nation realized it needed to take stronger action to protect its interests. Manila turned to the world stage, determined to fight for its rights with the power of law. They sought international support and legal validation for their claims. That decision set the stage for a legal battle with global repercussions. The outcome of this struggle could redefine international maritime law and influence geopolitical dynamics for years to come. In 2013, the Philippines took China to court, challenging the 9-dash line under international law. This bold move was a significant step in the ongoing territorial disputes in the South China Sea. The world watched closely as the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague heard the case. It was a moment of high international interest and tension. In 2016, the tribunal ruled decisively that China's claims had no legal basis. This ruling was a significant blow to China's expansive territorial assertions. Scarborough Shoal was declared to be within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, affirming Manila's rights over the area. It was a landmark victory for Manila, and for the rules-based international order. However, China's response was one of total rejection. Beijing dismissed the ruling as null and void, and ramped up its island-building campaign, militarizing reefs and expanding its presence in the contested waters. The Philippines, despite its legal win, lacked the power to enforce the decision. The imbalance of power was stark and disheartening. President Duterte's administration downplayed the ruling, seeking closer economic ties with China. Yet Chinese encroachment only intensified, complicating the situation further. The paradox was clear: a binding legal victory, but continued losses at sea. The local fishermen and the Philippine Navy felt the brunt of this ongoing conflict. Frustration grew among the Filipino people, setting the stage for a new, more assertive Philippine policy. The call for action was becoming louder. Ignoring the ruling was no longer an option. The government had to respond to the growing public outcry and international pressure. The legal battle was won, but the real fight was just beginning. The Philippines had to navigate a complex geopolitical landscape. The world took note. Law alone wasn't enough. The struggle for control and influence in the South China Sea continued to unfold on the global stage. By late 2024, the Philippines shifted from protest to action. Under President Marcos Jr., Congress passed the Maritime Zones Act and the Archipelagic Sea Lanes Law, aligning national law with the 2016 Arbitral Award. These laws precisely define the country's maritime boundaries and navigation routes, drawing a legal line in the water. China's response was swift, announcing new baselines around Scarborough Shoal and naming dozens of features deep inside Philippine waters. Manila protested, calling China's move a flagrant violation of sovereignty. The dispute was now out in the open, with both sides escalating their claims. The Philippines' new laws marked a turning point, from passive protest to active enforcement. The stage was set for even bolder moves in 2025. The battle isn't just at sea, it's on our screens. In April 2025, Google Maps made West Philippine Sea a prominent label, echoing Manila's official designation. For millions, the digital map now reflected the Philippine perspective, a soft power win that shaped global perception. China condemned the move, insisting South China Sea is the only recognized name. The war of names became a crucial front as the Philippines worked to legitimize its claim in the world's eyes. Every map, every label, every name matters in this fight for narrative. The digital world became a new battleground for sovereignty. While laws and maps made headlines, the real danger played out at sea. In 2024 and 2025, Chinese vessels ramped up aggression, ramming, water cannon attacks, and blockades against Philippine ships. The June 2024 assault on a resupply mission to Second Thomas Shoal was just one in a series of escalating confrontations. Manila responded by documenting and publicizing these incidents, exposing China's tactics to the world. The goal rally international support and highlight the David versus Goliath struggle. Filipino fishermen bore the brunt, harassed, blocked, and robbed of their livelihoods. For them, this isn't geopolitics, it's survival. The confrontations at sea are daily battles for dignity and food security. The world can no longer look away. The Philippines' assertiveness has reshaped alliances and national identity. The US-Philippines alliance is stronger than ever, with record-breaking joint military drills and support from Australia and Japan. China's blockade has devastated local fishing, but Manila's stand has attracted new investment and security aid from allies. The economic future hangs in the balance. Will support from partners outweigh the costs of Chinese pressure? At home, a surge of national pride unites Filipinos, with West Philippine Sea becoming a rallying cry. This unity gives the government the backing it needs, but also raises the stakes, fueling public demand for action. The region's fragility is underscored by natural disasters like Tropical Storm Boaloy, reminding all that man-made and natural crises often collide. The Philippines faces both external threats and the challenge of resilience. The world is watching how it responds. The outcome will echo far beyond its shores. Experts warn the Philippines' legal and diplomatic assertiveness has forced China's hand, escalating tensions. China's hardline moves, like declaring new baselines, leave Manila little choice but to stand firm and seek more support from allies. This creates a dangerous cycle. Philippine actions trigger Chinese reactions, which prompt stronger Philippine responses, often backed by the US. The risk of miscalculation is real. A clash could draw in major powers. The US alliance is meant to deter China, but it also raises the stakes. Some predict more gray zone tactics from China, others fear a direct confrontation is looming. The international community's role is crucial. Diplomatic pressure and support for the rule of law may be the only way to avoid conflict. The future is uncertain, but the world's response will shape what comes next. This isn't just a regional dispute, it's a test of the global order. If a powerful nation can ignore international law and impose its will, the rules that protect all countries are at risk. The South China Sea is a lifeline for global trade. Any conflict here would send shockwaves through the world economy. Freedom of navigation isn't abstract, it's essential to daily life everywhere. What can you do? Stay informed, understand the stakes, share reliable information, support policies rooted in law and peaceful resolution. The Philippines has chosen maps and laws over weapons, standing up for the principle that right can challenge might. This is a test for the world. Will we defend the rules or let them erode? The choice is ours, through awareness and action. The future depends on whether we value rules or power. The world is watching,